Hey, my lovely goal-getters. Welcome to the Moms Making Money Show. I'm your host, Amie Pederson, business mentor and confidence coach for the emerging boss mom. It's my mission to help amazing women just like you up-level yourself and your business because you are meant for more than wiping boogers and folding laundry. I'm also a wife, mother, urban farmer, influencer, green juice enthusiast, and an unapologetic lover of cowboy boots. I can't wait to help you grow your business by sharing my tips, tricks, proven business strategy, experience, and incredible guests. Hang on tight and enjoy the show. Today's episode of the Moms Making Money Show is brought to you by the Moms Making Money Mastermind. This is a one-stop shop specifically for mompreneurs ready to turn up the heat on their home-based business and really get to that point where they're earning that $5K, $10K per month and take everything from their mindset to their income to the people around that they surround themselves by to the next level, thanks to a unique and obviously tasty blend of self-paced online learning, high-level mentorship, and mastermind of like-minded boss babes. This program is going to walk you through the actual proven steps, aka my recipe, to launch and grow your badass home-based business from branding to social media mastery to everything, to hitting those goals. With the Moms Making Money Mastermind, you're going to receive a really outside-the-box approach that gives you customized coaching, full email support, personalized reviews of your homework, group coaching calls, private coaching calls, live Facebook Q&As, hot seat coaching, everything you need so you can get the personalized guidance that you need to break through the barriers like they are no big deal. But there's nothing cookie cutter about this. So, like any recipe, these are recipes that you can take and tweak to suit your own unique preferences. Every step of the way, you're going to receive guidance from yours truly and your new fellow high vibe entrepreneur friends and biz besties so that you can fine-tune each step of the recipe inside to fit your unique brand essence, or as I like to say, add your own special sauce. It's literally everything you need to launch and grow your business so you can stand out, make waves, and a solid income all in one place. Basically, the whole enchilada, if you will. You're going to leave this program feeling clear on your purpose, your unique approach, your brand, and all the other ingredients necessary to whip up a successful online coaching business. Or as I like to say, it's basically the complete 5-star experience, and it contains a loaded menu of top-notch recipes that will take you and your business from sous chef to executive chef in 3 to 6 months flat. So we're going to take it one recipe at a time, one step at a time, one day at a time. How does that sound? Again, you're going to be finding absolute clarity in your message, your mission, and your ideal client, creating a solid, identifiable, standout brand with complete gorgeous graphics, ads, and content, everything you need. And you're going to start making consistent income with super streamlined business approach and business activities that you actually love. A business that's working for you. You're going to be doing work that fulfills your desires in life. You're going to have finally paying clients, the perfect fit clients seeking you as their coach. You're going to be learning to lead with passion and confidence from a place of true alignment and running your business in a way that feels good. You're going to learn how to sell. And we have brought in an amazing sales expert, the one and only Carrie Brady, who has already closed over $750,000. And let me just tell you, you guys, she has a following of less than 5,000 people on Instagram. So it can be done. She has given us as an added bonus her small audience sales vault. So like seriously taking it up to a whole new level. And she's also our head of recruitment. So you are going to be owning your brilliance and becoming known as the expert in your niche. You're going to be creating actual success. You know, the kind that other people, including those mom shamers who give you the side eye when you're bringing up, running a business, one of those types of businesses, and really figuring out how to truly balance the hard work, that practical back office stuff with the woo-woo and the front end mindset and confidence stuff, all while staying high vibe and cultivating unshakable confidence and a magnetic mindset. Because let's face it, confidence sells. And when you come from a place of unshakable confidence and an unshakable why, all of your high vibeness, your clients are going to feel it and it's going to magnetize them to you. So this is for people who are serious about really hitting and growing their business and hitting their goals. I am accepting applications from now until the doors close on July 14th. So be sure that you don't waste any time. I will provide the link in the comments. If you want to type it in now, it's www.cf.amiepederson.com/mastermind. And you can hop in. It's free to apply. We are getting lots of applications, so you're definitely not going to want to waste any time hopping in and filling out your application. I will see you guys in there, and I'm so excited to see what you create. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Moms Making Money Show. I have my friend Allison Nelson here. She is a mentor to mamas. She's also got a free gift for us, so stay tuned to the end so you can take full advantage of this awesome gift. But I'm going to have her tell us a little bit about what made her decide to become an entrepreneur and what that journey looked like. So as we kick off the show, so I'm going to turn it over to you, Allison. Hello and welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. This is so exciting to talk to you and your audience today. So like Amie said, I'm Allison Nelson. I live in Connecticut with my husband and my daughter, who at this time of this recording, she's almost 3. And I, for a long time, wanted to be an entrepreneur. My dad is an entrepreneur, so I grew up watching him, working in his office. He's a CPA. Wasn't exactly something I wanted to be doing. But having him own his own business was nice because he would be home. He would be able to go to like a 2:00 performance that I did on a Thursday at school, for example. And maybe he would come home for dinner and maybe he'd go back to the office later that night to make up the time. So this was something that I was used to. This was part of my life. So I really did not know what I wanted to do with my life, but I dabbled in a lot of advertising, public relations, marketing. And then I went back to school for my master's degree in education when I sort of burnt out in my marketing and advertising career. And when I got pregnant with my daughter, almost 3 years ago, I had her. And I said, I really want to be able to, I think it's time. I always had that entrepreneurial bug, that spirit. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I had sort of dabbled in MLM, which was great because it gave me the experience that I needed in owning my own business and what that's like to put yourself out there. And so my husband and I were sitting around one night about a year ago. We were so tired. We had just been having this conversation about how we have been interacting with people who are just so negative. We're like, people are so negative. People he works with were tired and overworked and all this stuff. And I had been kind of having these conversations with these moms on playgrounds where they seemed kind of miserable and negative and really tired. And, mom life's really tough. And I was like, you know what? We need to just make people happy again. How can we do that? And so we decided to share a lot of the ways that we kept ourselves going through the no sleeping phases of our daughter's life, the breastfeeding struggles and all of that. And we thought, well, what's the best way to spread the message? It's probably on products that are giftable, mugs and graphic tees and things like that. So the Nelson Company was born just about a year ago, about 9 months ago, probably. The idea was born about a year ago.
It does take time to get some of those ideas into place for sure.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, tell us what kind of struggles you came up with that kind of hit you that you weren't really expecting.
Yeah, well, I guess I was expecting self-doubt a little bit. I didn't really know how to deal with it. I would sort of sit around like, oh, nobody's going to buy this shirt, or I'm not a graphic designer. What's wrong with me? Why am I trying this? I don't know what I'm doing. And, I think it's so healthy to really figure out what the triggers are to that. And for me, some of the triggers were the people I was surrounding myself with. I started to notice that after I would have a conversation with somebody or something would happen in an interaction, and that's when I would, later that day is when I'd be like, I can't do this. I have to throw everything away. I should just be doing laundry and doing dishes, and I'll wait until my daughter's in kindergarten and then I'll figure it out. So obviously, when I figured out that trigger, I knew I had to sort of build boundaries around those people who sort of made me feel that way, and surround myself with more people who would be like me, think anything is possible.
I love that. I absolutely love that. And I love merchandise. I love all the mom stuff. Because let me just tell you, like, so before I had kids, I didn't get it. Like, I was just like, well, whatever. Like, I didn't even really pay any attention to them. Like, oh, world's greatest mom, like stuff like that. But now that I have kids, I'm like, man, this mom thing, it's, some days it's hard work. And I feel like when you're a stay-at-home mom, like full-time all the time, I feel like that's the hardest job.
Oh my God, it so is. You're so right. And it's the hardest thing to put yourself anywhere on the list, never mind first. Yeah, so it's so difficult. And, I find that a lot. And we kind of found when we launched, another thing that we struggled with was some of our designs did not do very well. And at first, and we were like, why not? Like, we were so confused, and we thought, are we doing something wrong? Should we just go away? And we never really wanted to be the kind of t-shirt company where we just wrote like wife on our shirts. We wanted to inspire people. We wanted to have a message behind all the shirts. So that definitely was a struggle, because when you put something out there like that, it's a little bit personal. It's a little bit emotional. There's definitely some, you want to be able to inspire people. And when people don't get it or people don't want it, that can be kind of frustrating. So I definitely had to rework that ideal client situation, which is what I teach a lot in my mentoring now, because I think that's so important to know who your ideal client is. And it can shift. And it certainly did with us. We thought we would market to men and women in the beginning. Now we've literally market to moms who run their own business. That is our biggest market. So that's who we've changed our messaging to, please.
Yeah. And I feel like this topic of really niching down and really speaking to your ideal client, I feel like that's coming up more and more lately on the show and in my practice and just in general with the women that I'm speaking to. Yeah. You guys, I can't emphasize enough that when you know who you're talking to, that's when they start listening. Otherwise, it's just kind of like, I guess the term would be kind of like vanilla and vague. And then it's just like, oh, that's kind of nice. Instead of like, yes, that's totally me.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. In this age, everything is accessible, but people want to know like, well, what's for me? Who's talking to me specifically? So I teach my clients all the time, like when you're posting on Facebook, you have to say you. Don't say, hey guys, or all of you people, talk to your ideal client like you're talking to your sister or your friend. Talk to them. And even if they're just a bunch of accountants or something, and that's who you want to talk to, then you need to find the language to talk to them. And I think that's why copywriters are doing so well these days, because it really is messaging, and knowing how to speak to your audience is huge, a huge benefit.
Absolutely. And really, because there's certain terms, there's certain lingos, like an accountant's going to say something, like a CPA. Not everybody even knows what a CPA stands for. Right. And, so when they're talking in their kind of, I call it, code, it's completely different than, an MLM. And even within those MLMs, like a Beachbody coach has a different lingo and different terms than somebody who's in Young Living or doTERRA. And it is important. So when you are speaking to somebody who fits into that mold, you have to speak their language. And, so even just speaking to moms sometimes, because there are so many different types of moms, like there's a homeschool mom, there's a stay-at-home mom, there's the work-at-home mom, there's a mom who works 9 to 5 and she wants to come home and be a work-at-home mom. Right. So there's all, that's just like obviously the tip of the iceberg, right? But there's so many different things. And so really, so many people are afraid to niche down. They're afraid, oh my God, I'm going to leave somebody out. But here's the thing, you're really not. Like, even like for my mastermind right now, I have women applying who aren't moms, and they're like, I still want to work with you. Can I still do it if I'm not a mom? I'm like, yes, this is all like, business is business. So yes, you can still work these things in, even if you're not a mom yet. Like, I'll buy you a goldfish is what I told one girl.
You can mom something, mom a plant, mom
That's
something.
right.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you. I mean, like, if your messaging, if you can niche down and your messaging still attracts people that you want to work with but aren't necessarily moms, that means you're doing something right and you're not coming from the scarcity mindset. I feel like so many moms who want to start businesses, a lot of the fear is around the scarcity mindset, that there's not enough, so they have to go big. With who they're talking to, or like they don't reach as many people, the probability that they may not sell as much or help as many people is lower if they niche down, which that could not be further from the truth. But it starts with the mindset, of course.
Let's talk a little bit about scarcity mindset in your opinion. I do feel like some people, and I'm not just saying this is just moms, but some people, when they're just starting out, they're like, I have to bootstrap everything. Like, I can't invest. I can't buy this. And I'm not saying like, if you're going to start a business, you have to go out and spend $2,500 on an iMac and then another $1,000 and get a matching MacBook. Like, that's not necessarily necessary. Right. You can do it with any cell phone that's a smartphone, any laptop that you have that connects to the internet. You know, like, you can bootstrap in that way.
Yeah.
But if you don't know how to start a business, there are things that you should feel like it's okay to invest in, but that scarcity stuff kind of gets in everybody's way. Can you give us a little bit of thought on some of that?
Sure. Yeah, I know. And I agree with you. When we started our business, we did basically bootstrap. We made a list of everything that we wanted the business to be and everything we thought that we would need. And we assessed the costs. You know, we did make some investments where we felt like we needed to, where we felt like it was the best way to grow. And so I do think that when you're sitting there like wanting to be a mom boss or a mompreneur, and you're like, well, I don't have any money, so I can't do this. I think it's so important to make a list of the goals and talk to that ideal client. And I think if you're going to invest anything, it should be in learning about your ideal client, like where those people are. And if you can find some way to reach them, and if you can surround yourself with those people and invest in them, we're big. My husband and I sort of do this business together. He does kind of the back end of it, and then I do on the face of it, essentially. When we find that we can pour into those people, we can invest our time and our energy and our finances in making our ideal client feel good about what we're giving them, what we're offering them, then that's really where our biggest investment has paid off. So for example, we did a networking event a couple of months ago, and we paid for it. We paid per head. We actually made a video from it, so we had to pay the video guy for it. We thought video marketing was a great thing to invest in, and it is. It's something that's evergreen. We can always use it. And we gave a gift to everybody. They were allowed to shop our collection. We brought it with us, and they networked and they made new connections, because that's who our people are. Our people are women who want to start businesses, and they need networking. That's what we believe they need more than anything, is building relationships. So we invested in them, and that was scary at first, to sort of invest all that money, not knowing, and it's not necessarily that it financially didn't pay off. It certainly did. However, it grew our business tenfold because more people knew about us. Now we have a video. A video can go anywhere, and we made people feel good. We knew where the pain was, and we were able to invest in the pain to create a solution, to help these women find their own solution and create a solution for them. So I think if you're going to pay anything, to do any kind of investment, it really should be where that pain is, push on where that pain is for your ideal client and show them a solution. And if you can invest in something that will help you show them that solution, then I think that will come back to you so much more.
Well, yeah. And one of the biggest parts of that you just said is that you basically invested in your business, which in turn invested in your clients, which in turn came back around full circle, because you weren't like, I'm going to cheap out on this, and I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to offer this, and we're just going to can this whole idea of this concept because it's going to cost some money up front.
Right.
And I guess for me, having a degree in business and having mentored a lot of businesses, every business I've ever seen grow, and I've seen a lot of them now grow to multi-million-dollar companies, they all had to make initial investments. Like they didn't just hit the ground running. Like they didn't just open on day one and they're like, ta-da, $1 million contract just came in. Like they had to do certain things. Like they had to hire people. They had to secure an office. They had to, secure that they had internet connection, like whatever that looks like. There are some investments. And I think a lot of people think about things, everything from mentoring or consulting to, different things that they might need, like they might actually need to get a smartphone or they might actually need to get a laptop. They don't look at those as investments. They look at them as expenses. And I think that's like all the difference.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I really do think that, there's something to be said for that mindset. That's absolutely true. Yeah. I couldn't have said it any better.
And I always tell people, like, there are billions and billions and billions of people. How many of those billions of people do you actually need to become your clients in order to have a successful business? Is it 10? Is it 20? Is it 100? Like in the grand scheme of things, like even if it's 100 people, that's like nothing. That's like it's like a drop in the bucket compared to the whole grand scheme of how many people actually live on this planet and are consumers.
Yeah. And you and I work with moms. People become moms every day. There are like, I don't know how many it is, but people become moms every day. So there are like, I don't know how many women that we can't help today, but we can probably help tomorrow when they have their baby.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's, you always have to have that abundance mindset. Always, because you just need to keep finding them. And if you have to invest a little bit to find them, or you need to work on your mindset, I really do think that's the healthiest thing. Probably our best investment was in a business coach.
Agreed.
Honestly, because and I didn't think so. At first I was like, nope, I'll just get all the freebies from all the people and it'll be fine. And it's not that some of those weren't good. It's not that I wasn't scrappy and didn't learn. I do think that's another thing though. You have to be scrappy if you're not
resourceful.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you're going to bootstrap, anyway, you have to be kind of scrappy and resourceful. But yeah, and I resisted the business coach for a while, but she is incredible. And so I really recommend that if you can, or if you can somehow, kind of finance it, that is so big because I've grown so much just in the past couple of months that I've been working with her.
Yeah. Well, one good thing too is like for me, I utilized a credit card. I was like, I'm going to pay in full, because for me, it was like, okay, I can save $1,500 if I pay in full, right? Like, 'cause then I don't have to pay the interest on the coach, right? So I paid in full, and that gave me the flexibility that I could go in and make a payment every single day if I wanted to, or I could go in and pay weekly if I wanted to on that investment, or I could just pay it off, right?
Right.
So for me, so many people are like, oh my gosh, I can't use my credit cards. I can't finance this. I can't do that. For me, I don't feel that way, because for me, it's like, and I did feel that way at one time. So I totally do understand. But for me now, it's kind of like, okay, well, put it on my credit card. That gives me the flexibility to pay in the way that I want to. And I also get to earn like my flyer miles with it too. So
there you go. Yeah. And you also have to kind of balance, like if you're not going to invest money, then that probably means you have to invest time. And as moms, we're very busy. I know I have a pretty solid time management system that I like to teach to other moms too, so that they can get better with the time they have. But if I have a 2-hour block somewhere, that's amazing. With a toddler running around, 2 hours is a lot at one time, so you have to decide, is it worth it to pay somebody to do my Pinterest, or am I going to just learn how to do this Pinterest, all the ins and outs, and it feels like it changes every day. And there are lots of Pinterest experts to listen to. And, so how could you sort of pay, or how could it be best? Is your time worth more than money? I don't know. So you kind of have to, depending on who you are and what it is that you're thinking about, you kind of have to balance that. And I use Pinterest obviously because I don't do my Pinterest because I cannot. So
I get help with Pinterest also. So, but it was something that I was like, do I really need this? And like, I was working with one of my mentors and she's like, just give it a try. Like if it doesn't work out, then stop having your assistant do it for you. Well, let me just tell you, it went from like, should I do this to now I get almost 2 million views a month, so she sent me a message. She's like, hey dude, by the way, I think it paid off.
By the way, just so you know. Yeah. And you're helping somebody else too. You're helping another woman.
Another mom.
Yeah. That's good. Mom. Yeah. Another mom. Yeah. Who's growing their business. And, for me, it wasn't necessarily financially, I couldn't really do it financially, but I was talking to somebody who wants to be a virtual assistant, and we barter. So I mentor her. She uses my Skillshare account, which I pay $100 a month for. So it's kind of like I'm paying her, and she gets all the education that she wants. So, there could be some things out there where you can barter for another thing if you have something to offer. So she's helped me build my mentoring program just by being one of my clients. And I've helped her by giving her the Skillshare account. So she has access to all these classes, and she uses me as a guinea pig to do Pinterest with. So it's awesome because I get my Pinterest taken care of.
Right.
But, I'm probably not paying the premium. I'm not paying the premium price, but I am paying something. So you kind of have to decide what is more valuable to you, your time or your money.
I love talking about bartering. So I feel like, because I've done some bartering, and I have another person who I plan to do some bartering with moving forward. But I feel like it can go either way. I feel like a lot of people are skeptical about it because they're like, so like, for example, I get my nails done by a lady, and she trades, like a mani-pedi for eyelash extensions, right? Or at least she used to. I don't even know if she still does that, but it was in value and time, it ended up being a pretty even exchange. Whereas if she were to just do like just one or the other, it wouldn't necessarily be a full even exchange. So that's like my only tip for people who are going to barter. So it's like, if it's say $500 a month, just say, if you're selling something for $500 a month, it needs to be in exchange, or bartering, it needs to be in exchange for something really close to that value. Like if it's $4.97, it's pretty much the same. But it needs to be energetically comparable, because otherwise somebody's going to feel jaded on one side of that if they're not, you know what I mean?
Yes. And that can fester for sure. Yeah. And that's the thing, is like, there has to be a price on it for absolutely sure. So like for me, I knew $100 a month, I knew the price. So that was good, on my end, and on her end, she felt like experience was worth that. So yeah, you do have to and you have to make sure the relationship is good, sort of working together, and you're going to kind of promote each other. Our designer, for some of our collections, we don't barter with her. She literally has a contract with us. We pay her, but we also, we love to pour into her. We love to let people know who she is, on our website. If you come across one of her designs, you will know that it's not our design, it's her design. Her blog posts, if they make sense for our brand, we like to promote them. We're going to be on her blog soon. And so, it's a good practice. Bartering is a good practice in relationship building. But you're absolutely right that you need to take care of yourself, and you can't just, you can't do $300 a month worth of work for $50, or for getting something that's not worth $300 in your mind.
Agree. I fully agree.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, as we're starting to get wrapped up here, I know that you have a really cool free gift for everybody, the 8 steps to becoming a mompreneur. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. Yeah. So when we started our e-commerce business, we got so many questions about how we did it, what we did first, what was the best thing that we did. And so through this mentoring business, I decided, I'm going to offer this gift to some people, because I think that the fear of just starting is really what holds a lot of people back. So I wanted to make sure that I gave a free resource that would hope to inspire other people and give them I'm very action oriented, some really actionable steps within each breakdown. Within each step. So I'm hoping that you can take this checklist and you can, you can just start. That's what we want you to do. We just want you to start.
Awesome. I love that. So what you guys can do is you could just swipe up and go back to the show notes and grab the link for this, and you can hop right over, and it's completely free. It's her free gift to us. And it's going to be awesome. So last thing, before we get back to our mommin', tell us where everybody can find you in all the places, social media.
Sure. So we have our website is thenelsonshop.com, and our Instagram and our Facebook, we're at thenelsonshop _ on every social media platform.
I love that. It makes it really easy.
Yeah, it's easy for you guys and easy for me too, believe me.
Yeah. And it's funny that you say easy for you, because it's like sometimes people are like, well, what's your handle on LinkedIn? And you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I think it might have an _ in that one, but I'm not sure. No, forget it.
Trying to keep it all the same helps.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the show today and for sharing your nuggets of wisdom and encouragement for everybody. It's been such a pleasure and so much fun.
Thank you so much, Amie. I love the show. Thank you for letting me on.
Of course.